Okay, this is the second part of putting all these buckles together. I had to get all my designs and everything laid out and drawn out. It's taken me, well, most of the morning actually. And so I've gotten them done, and here is they are. Here's all the designs and everything that I've got to cut out, and I'll get this set up over here and show you how I cut stuff out. I guess I can show you right here. This is my bench, nothing special. One thing about this is really kind of cool. You know, some people use hardwood, some people use softwood. This is actually a piece of hedge that my dad cut out for me. I've been using it for a long time, and it works pretty well. Anyway, I've got it all set up. This is the first piece I'm going to cut out. This is for me. I do a lot of spades. I like spades. It's kind of my deal. I put on most of my stuff. I'm using a knot blade, standard jeweler saw, nothing special. And this is how I cut stuff out. Okay, I was pretty sure that you guys didn't want to see me cut all the way through all that. So anyway, this is the very end of it right here. Okay, there you have it. One nice, pretty spade. Okay, now I'll go on a buckle, like so. So it goes back to what we were talking about yesterday. It takes time. You know, it's not, just doesn't happen quick. You know, stuff's in flat sheets. It's a sheet of brass, not a sheet of silver, but same difference. You know, it just comes this way. All the imagination goes into this. What can I make from the raw materials? So anyway, there you have it. I'm going to cut out the rest of these. Alright, there they are. All the little pieces that we got cut out. It's now time to stick them on here. Get the fit down right. I mean, that's been the key I figured out, is making sure every piece fits just like you want. And I'll go through that here in just a second, but there they are. We're going to shape our pieces to fit this buckle. I've been on them a little bit. You know, there's lots of ways to do it. I mean, you can take and get you a soft piece of rubber and push into it. And like I said, I'm not an expert in any of this stuff. This is just what kind of works for me. And I'm going to do this buckle here because it's going to be mine, or my wife's actually. She's got a thing for mustaches. See? And where this buckle's domed, we're going to kind of lay it up here and kind of get it close to where we want it. And there's a little bit left to do to it. Okay. I'm just going to put it down here where I can get a solid deal on it. And I've got a little hammer. You know, it's got a fiber ends on it and plastic end. And it won't mark per se. I mean, you can mark anything, but anyway, and it's obviously not very big, but it really kind of gets to where it moves it just enough. You know, this is where I had the most trouble for a long time, is making sure everything was just about right. And it doesn't take near as much solder that way. And that's pretty good. And we'll go up here to the crown piece. Let's see. Top of the buckle. Kind of. And, you know, you can push it on, you know, just take corner or kind of where you think you need to bend it at and bend it on the table. I mean, honestly, I do a lot of that. And I would love for somebody that's actually knowledgeable to tell me if there's a better way or an easier way. That's actually pretty close right there, and we'll do the same thing with it. Now, even though this is a little hammer, you got to swing it pretty hard, even though it's kind of a oxymoron, little hammer swinging it hard, but it will smash the crap out of your thumb. So just be aware. It cost me like $3, and it's more than paid for itself. And there you go. And I'll go through that with all these buckles and get them all kind of fitted up the way I think they should be. That's going to be really close. See, that was just a simple bend. you know, when you're done with, you're bending in all directions, and that gets to be a little more difficult. My big belt buckles, sometimes I don't bend them in a concave. I bend them one direction, especially big cart buckles. Now, or not big cart buckles, I do concave. The big open-ended buckles that you put a keeper on, and it really depends on the person. You know, heck, if they've got a big old belly on them, and it's all kind of coming back into them, it's going to eat on them, and they're not going to wear your buckle. They're not going to show the world what you got, and so it's a little bit about comfort. And back cinch buckles, I did dome them for a while. I don't now. The last 4 or 5 sets I went out. Everybody loves them so far because they're not. They lay flush. They lay flush, and that's just one of those things that I do. And there are all points that can be argued. That's literally what I do that makes it work for me. Anyway, I'm going to get the rest of these kind of put together, and then we'll go about making. All right, we're ready to solder these pieces down. This is my flux, buckles here, my pieces are right here. I'm just going to put a little bit of flux. I don't use a whole lot right at the beginning here. Like that. And I just use a propane torch. I've got a better torch, but I don't have the balls for it, so, and I'm cheap, so I went back to the propane torch. The biggest problem that I have with this torch is keeping the heat regulated right, but you get used to it. Anyway, this is it. I'm going to do a version of tinning. I've been told that's what it's called. But I just put a little bit on there, get started. And once again, we're going to do my wife's new buckle because she has a thing for mustaches. Alright, and once I get that on there, I coat the whole thing with flux from top to bottom. And I'll come over here to the buckle and I'll kind of wipe my flux here as well where I want to use. Where it's got a polish like this, it really doesn't take all that well, but we'll give it a shot anyway because a little bit's better than nothing. Alright, so here we go. I'll do the top piece here. I'll get over here. And I'll shake off my excess because you can end up with too much flux. Okay, and I'll kind of get everything. Some people use deals to hold this down. I've done it. I used to do it a lot, actually. I don't now. It's just one of those deals. Now, when it falls down through the grate and you got to spend hours looking for it, it still sucks. But anyway, I just hold it, start my heat from the bottom, and here in a minute we'll have the magic. Like that, when your torch goes out. It's bloody awesome. And hold it there again. You know, having too much solder is a pain in the butt. You know, and if you've got a bead blaster, it's not near as big a deal. I had one, wore it out, and once again we'll go back to the point that I'm cheap and didn't get another one. But if you get you a nice seal from the very beginning, like that, and if you're worried about it, you can give it just a touch more, and then you can follow it all around. It follows your heat, obviously. Shazam! That piece is stuck down, and I'll show you what it looks like when I get the rest of them stuck down. Okay, it's stuck down, and when it's all said and done, give it a little dose of the water so we can see if our seams are where we want them to be. It's still friggin' hot. Love it. I usually do a half dozen of these at a time, so when I get back around to the front, it's not near as hot. Alright, so what we're looking at here, see we've got us a nice little seam here. We're going to clean all this stuff up, obviously. and got to move that out just a little bit. We'll heat it back up and just slide it out. But all the way around here, we're pretty good. And I don't have a lot of extra. And, you know, this shadow, it buffs right out. It's not a big deal. Anyway, I'll do the other 8 and we'll go from there.